Welcome, family. It's another week on planet Earth, and we're still making bold choices as a species. The Fyre Fest guy is at it again, scientists are resurrecting extinct animals, the first AI lawyer is here, and people are panicking about their DNA getting trapped inside of a tech bankruptcy. This is all really happening. We're really just out here freestyling reality. Sick. I'm your host Nate, aka Tabasko Sweet. This is the Chaos Report. You guys remember Fyre Festival, right? Back in 2017, when all those rich people threw down hella coin for Luxury Island Fest, but all they got was soggy bologna sandwiches and FEMA tents, and then the guy who threw it went to prison for scamming everybody? Well, his name is Billy McFarland, and he's back to do it again. Same name, same pitch, same guy. Except now he's a convicted felon. Billy says that Fyre Fest 2 is set to be in Playa del Carmen, Mexico at the end of May. But the only problem is, the local government has no idea what he's talking about. Huh? It's kind of like throwing a rager at someone else's house without telling them. It's kind of like showing up to your homie's house unannounced. It's kind of like showing up to someone else's vacation with a bunch of your rich dickhead friends and ruining the whole weekend. Bold move. Billy's shooting for a redemption arc here, so he posted some photos of some permits to show that he's dead ass about this sequel. The only trouble is, these permits are only for a 250 person capacity club and don't allow for live music. This festival is starting to sound more like a bad DJ night at the White Lotus, surrounded by the worst people you've ever met. Also, the artist lineup doesn't exist. Well, except for the living embodiment of CTE, former NFL player Antonio Brown. I mean, who doesn't want to see that? Oh, and I forgot to mention, tickets start at 1,400 bones and go up to a cool million. Also, non-refundable. Now look, your boy loves a good comeback story, but this feels more like a reenactment than a redo. I mean, this guy's already been in federal prison for the same exact thing.
Federal fucking prison.
But at the same time, I gotta give Billy his props where they're due. He's doing what no con man has ever done before. Coming back with the same exact scam and still finding buyers. But hey, if you're into dropping 25 grand for a beachside mixtape and kicking it with heavily concussed celebrities, then this just might be your scene. But let me ask you something. If you had your own version of Fyre Fest, who would be your cursed headliner? Let me know in the comments. Another maybe we shouldn't be doing this news. Scientists are playing God, and they're bringing back prehistoric wolves that used to hunt woolly mammoths. What could go wrong? A bunch of tech bros, because of course it's tech bros, decided to bring back the dire wolf using ancient DNA. Yeah, the giant animal that went extinct 10,000 years ago. You know what else went extinct? Freaking dinosaurs. And y'all saw what happened in Jurassic Park. Why are we doing this? That movie wasn't subtle at all. There wasn't a single metaphor in that shit. Have we not learned anything? They made 3 of these pups. They named them Remus, Romulus, and Khaleesi. And naturally, George R.R. Martin and Peter Jackson immediately rolled through to take a photo shoot with these things, sitting on the Iron Throne. Not a red flag at all. The company behind this stunt is Colossal Biosciences, which already sounds like the villain from a movie where Jeff Bezos opens a human zoo. Apparently, their whole mission is de-extinction, like it's some kind of bad suggestion from nature. Now don't get me wrong, family, your boy's not like anti-conservationist or anything, but these guys are locked in on trying to bring back the woolly mammoth by 2028, which not gonna lie, that sounds kinda sick, until you realize they're basically airdropping apex predators into a world that can barely even handle squirrels. Have you been outside lately? We can't even manage pigeons. What makes you think we're ready for ancient super wolves? Also, some scientists are already hating, like, yeah bro, that's not even a real dire wolf. That's just a big ass husky with a good marketing team. But let's be real, that's probably not gonna stop these guys from getting freaky in the lab on some Mary Shelley type shit. Anyway, welcome back to Remus, Romulus, and Khaleesi. Try not to go extinct again, I guess. Let me know where you land on this though. Team Jurassic or Team Leave It Dead? You know what to do. Let's talk about how some people are treating AI like it's duct tape for life problems. Specifically, some dude named Jerome DeWald, who decided to bring an AI avatar to court instead of a real lawyer. Bro just rolled in with his laptop and was like, yeah, this is my lawyer. He's young, handsome, digital, and also like totally not legally allowed to practice law. And obviously, the judges were not stoked. They shut that shit down immediately.
Shut that off!
Because, yeah man, you can't just roll into court with a freaky, unlicensed FaceTime demon and call it a freaking lawyer. This is not a Twitch stream, bro. You're being sued. Jerome did eventually apologize for his stunt. He said that he brought the avatar in because he thought it could present his arguments better than he could, because he gets nervous speaking in public, which I totally get. Public speaking is rough, but maybe consider if Robo Jerome had game. You can't program game. Right, ladies? Maybe next time, practice in front of a mirror instead of crafting a deepfake defense attorney. AI is popping up everywhere, and I'm gonna be real, I still don't know how I feel about it. Best case scenario, it goes grocery shopping. Worst case scenario, it's my boss, my therapist, and my landlord by this time next year. But one thing's for sure, we probably shouldn't be using it to replace humans, especially if you catch a case and your freedom's on the line or some shit. What's the most unhinged thing you've used AI for? If it's legal, leave it in the comments. If it's illegal, well, leave it in the comments anyway. I want to know what you guys are up to. Meanwhile, in another digital disaster, 23&Me is imploding, and now everyone's freaking out trying to unsend their spit. The company went bankrupt, and immediately people were like, oh no, I gave them the code to my entire bloodline. People freaked the fuck out. They bum rushed the website and tried to delete their chromosomes like it was a bad tweet from 2012. And the website couldn't handle it. It just crashed and never came back. This is just an ancestry hostage situation at this point. But I'm not gonna lie, family. I fell for it too. I spit in that tube and I sent it to some creepy scientist so that he could tell me I'm 30% Mexican and I love corked up shorties, which I already knew. But what we failed to consider was this was always a tech company with weird shadow investors and terms and conditions that nobody bothered to read. We really mailed our essence to a startup and didn't think twice about it. Now they're bankrupt and all of our double helixes are just chilling in a spit cellar, waiting to get repoed like your neighbor's Honda Civic. What happens next? I'm not really sure. So we're going to our field correspondent Wyatt for some further investigation. Let's check in.
What's going on? It's Wyatt, the field correspondent. I honestly haven't gotten into the field. I haven't gotten out to the field just yet. Kind of hung over at my house. I had kind of a huge night last night. So we're still kind of getting around to the fields. I'm in my yard. I'm definitely pretty hyped to have finally been tapped for some journalistic work. I've been kind of doing like human research, as I like to call it, my whole life, which is, basically me going to DIY spaces and dive bars and farm-to-table restaurants, kind of just looking at people until they're like, leave me alone. I did do a 23&Me back in the day. I kind of blew their minds because I tested at 150% Scotch Irish. I didn't know you could be 150% anything, and honestly, neither did they. But the main reason I'm upset about all this stuff is like, I definitely don't want my genome to be stolen because I've been working on this like autobiographical, like dark comedy, esoteric kind of ambient movie, kind of like Wong Kar-wai meets Superbad, Coen Brothers mixed with like Coen Brothers. Did I say that? I'm basically the first person they made a biopic about that nobody fucking knows. Some guys say my life is a movie, but for me, my life is a film. My life is a film, and it's basically really boring. My film mostly consists of me on train platforms ripping cigs, riding back and forth between my psychiatrist's office and a local dive bar that sells a bomb chicken katsu sandwich. The film is plotless, because in my 32 years of life, I've basically done nothing at all. It's sort of French in that way, and also in the way that I shower infrequently and drink red wine while I'm at work. I do work from home, thank God. I got no kids, so I'm sort of a stay-at-home guy. I have a lot of important tasks to do around my house, like fermenting all of the worst vegetables and playing hours and hours of Skyrim instead of calling back my mom. I have not taken a vacation in years, which is fine by me. You can have a ton of adventures within the walls of your studio apartment, as long as you have a vivid imagination, a next-gen gaming console, and a prescription for Ambien. The thing is, man, I don't want anybody but me to make the film about my life. I mean, sure, I've never held a camera, but I basically see beauty wherever I go. The east side of Los Angeles is sort of like my canvas, and Bud Light limes are my paint. As a teenager, I was very inspired by that movie with Kevin Spacey and the floating plastic bag. Damn, what happened to that guy? My life is a film.
Whoa. I'm not sure if any of that made sense to me, like logically speaking, but spiritually, I felt that. So what's your move if your DNA gets sold to a hedge fund? Asking for 6.9 million people. So yeah, AI lawyers, Fyre Fest 2, and your DNA might be on sale now. Anyways, that's probably fine. Well, that's it for this week, family. If you've made it this far, leave a comment. Let me know what your favorite story was, or if there was anything you think I missed. If you liked this episode, make sure you hit that like button so the algorithm knows you're rocking with me. And if you want to watch humanity go crazy with me every week, then make sure to subscribe. I'll see you next week. Unless I get replaced by an AI host. In which case, watch it anyway.